Hey everybody, Super K here, today talking about empathy. What is empathy, how you can get it in your life, and a little bit of extra stuff. First and foremost, I am not the expert on empathy. I just know pieces of it from my background in mental health, as well as just from various videos, lectures, textbooks that I've read. One person I want to give a lot of credit to is Brene Brown. If you're really looking for a quick crash course in empathy, and really the definition side of it, go look her up. I will talk a little bit about kind of her analogy that she uses in comparing empathy and sympathy, because I feel like that's where a lot of our disconnect comes from in society. So with that, Brene Brown compares empathy and sympathy of there's a animal in a hole and then another animal outside the hole. And in sympathy, the animal outside the hole is just going like, hey, like, looks pretty dark down there. And even when they get down in the hole with the other animal, they're very one-sided. Anything that I think it's a bear, the bear says, the antelope is just saying, well, at least you have this and at least you have that. And they're completely negating anything that the bear is saying. Now that flips, and the antelope starts using empathy. So the bear starts talking about how it's been a really rough day. All the antelope has to say is, that sounds really tough. Would you like to talk about it? Now, kind of flipping back into society and how that applies to everything that's going on. Again, this year's been crazy, right? Again, I also want to mention this channel has never been, and I've never used social media to be political. I think that that's an easy way for a channel to try and grow. I want to provide anybody that watches my videos just kind of a way to understand mental health tips. Again, that's one side of my channel, and the fitness side is the other. So I'll never get super political, but I think that there's just a lack of empathy and understanding within society. We have lost the ability to connect with people. And I think that is being echoed right now with the Black Lives Matter versus All Lives Matter, when we should be coming together. One thing I've seen a lot is that meme, and there's a house burning, and there's someone's trying to put the fire out in the house, and someone walks up and they go, well, my house needs water too, but that house isn't on fire, right? And they talk about, what about this? What about this? Well, no, we need to tend to what is currently on fire. And that goes with the empathy and sympathy thing. If we can't support what's going on right now, we can't support people, we cannot, be empathetic of what's happening, and we want to take our own spin on things. And well, my life's not being supported. No, your house isn't on fire. Like, put that aside. That's really the best way I can describe what's going on. Feel a connectedness with other people without worrying about yourself. Nobody said your life didn't matter, but your life is not being discriminated upon, and you aren't in danger. And you know what, like, if I lose followers, if I lose friends, okay. Again, I'm not trying to be political, this is just my stance on it. And tying it back to empathy, it goes back to, okay, there's a lot going on. You don't have to interject. You don't have to give your viewpoint on stuff, even if you agree, even if you disagree. Just saying, and this goes beyond the current situation. This goes back, just like empathy is just being a person, of just saying, hey, that sounds really tough. Now, if you want to and you want to be an advocate for Black Lives Matter, for the issues that are happening with LGBTQ people, just issues in general. If someone comes to you and they're saying, I'm really depressed. Someone comes to you, I just lost my job. Someone comes to you and I don't know if I can afford rent this month. That sounds really tough. The issue is when people, they try and bring it back to them. This happened a lot when my dad passed away. I wasn't going out and being like, my dad just died. I lived in a small town. People knew. And so a lot of people, they had the best intentions, and they would come to me and be like, that's really tough. When my dog died, I felt this. And, what really helped me getting over it was like, I would do this. Newsflash, that's a lot different than a parent passing away. And so try not to spin it for yourself and just connect with that person and just say, hey, that sounds really tough. Let them lead it where they want it. If they're gonna ask for help, I just need someone that's there for me. Offer that. Hey, I'll be that person. Like, if you just need to talk, then that's that time of offering services, offering, how can I help? It's something we talk about as therapists in training. Is we're in the room, and it's really hard not to, even as a mental health professional, to not give advice. But our clients come to us just to talk. The main work that they do and the main growth that they get is from figuring out themselves. And it's that old parable or saying, you can teach a man to fish. If you teach a man to fish, he'll feed himself. Or you give a man a fish, he'll feed himself for a day. If you teach a man how to fish, he'll feed himself for a lifetime. It kind of can apply to this. If you're, giving people advice, okay, now they're good for the day, but when you're there, you connect heart to heart, you fix someone for a long time. Again, this was not meant to be a political video. It's been speaking to my heart lately about people were losing the personal connection. I guess, quarantine might have something to do with it. We're just sitting behind a computer screen and we see injustices, we see hardships, and we just type, I'm so sorry, or we give a heart emoji, but we've lost the ability to connect heart to heart with people. If you liked this video, give it a like, a thumbs up. If you had issues with it, message me. I'm always open to talking about mental health and listening to people. But that's where I stand, or kneel right now. Gotta get that good lighting. But anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Go out, try and find someone to connect heart to heart with and just listen. Chances are you'll find a different viewpoint if you go in without an expectation. So I'll see you guys next week, or until the next video is uploaded.